Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming next.
Good Sports was recorded on Saturday, March 26th.
Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. I am Steve Fish. I'm the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. Today we're here at Kansas City Chiropractic, the offices of a regular guest on our show, Dr. Lynn McIntosh. Kansas City Chiropractic believes in a natural approach to health and wellness that is non-invasive and non-surgical. They provide chiropractic services as well as deep tissue laser therapy, acupuncture, massage, spinal decompression, physical therapy, and more. For more information, contact Dr. McIntosh at 816-753-4600 or visit their website, kansascitychiropractic.com. Or stay tuned because we'll be talking with Dr. McIntosh in just a minute. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to tell everyone that our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness can be picked up at over 700 locations in KC, and it's absolutely free. Also, this month, KC Sports continues celebrating our 19th straight year as the Sports Illustrated of Kansas City. Now, in our hockey report presented by the Kansas City Ice Center, we write about how KCIC is gearing up for the upcoming hockey season, which starts up soon. In our Sportingly Summit Soccer Report, we write about Sporting Stripes, their soccer program for 3- and 4-year-olds. And in Chloe's Corner, the Startland News Tennis Report, we introduce you to a local tennis player, Elisa Prignaru. As I mentioned, we are here at Kansas City Chiropractic, and we're joined by Dr. Lynn McIntosh. She is a board-certified chiropractor licensed in both Kansas and Missouri. In addition to being licensed to provide general chiropractic care, Dr. McIntosh is a certified chiropractic sports physician working with athletes from multiple disciplines on specific sports-related problems. Welcome to the show, Dr. McIntosh. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you for hosting us.
I appreciate it.
So, which is harder to get certified in Kansas or Missouri?
Oh, it's just different. I mean,
Just paperwork?
Oh, yes. I'm not sure that I don't, and you and it's been a while, so I don't know if I remember actually which was which, so.
Okay, yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, who knows? Now you're not the only doctor that's here in your practice. You've got a couple other doctors.
Yes, Dr. Ballman and Dr. Jahari. Yes.
Yeah, tell us about
absolutely. They both specialize. Dr. Jahari does more with pregnancy. She does a technique to help turn the baby and do different things. And then for different stresses that, obviously with the weight change, this is a thing. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of women have low back pain, but a lot of women will have hip pain, abdominal pain, leg pain, all that kind of stuff.
Wait till the kid's born.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, so she really does more with that. And Dr. Ballman does just general care as well as I do. And again, they both do decompression and laser just like the rest of us. Dr. Jahari also does a lot of physical therapy for us. Mm-hmm. So, we work together as a team. I mean, really, and sometimes, one of our patients we will give to the other doctor for a period if that is something that they need, just as a second opinion. So certainly we have a lot of options, and with the decompression that we have, certainly we have a lot of tools, and so. It's been a very good. Every time we add a person, it's just been a really positive experience. So I really like it.
Sure. Give us a quick rundown of the services that you provide. I mentioned some of them when we were talking, but you mentioned decompression. You've got the laser.
I have laser. We have physical therapy. We have massage. And so we do acupuncture. So there's a lot of nutritional training or nutritional testing. And so we try and cover everything to get someone better.
Right.
Not only from an injury, but just in general.
Right.
Because you and I talk about sports all the time because that's what we do. That's what your paper is.
Right.
But there's an awful lot of office workers that we see. I mean, we're down here on the west side of the plaza. So there's certainly a lot of people sitting at a desk. And whereas you don't think of that as an injury, it is between the shoulder blades pain, neck pain, headaches, chiropractic is 96% available for cervicogenic headaches, which is the tension headache that you think of. And we certainly see that a lot when you're looking at computer screens, especially if you have bad ergonomics where your computer screen is here, you're bent, you're turned, you're doing this, you're reaching for the mouse over here.
Sure.
And, that is like a huge deal. Like we torture people by making them stand with their arms out. This is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like you've got to bring that back so that this is a normal L shape, so that you are not just forcing your neck and trap and shoulder muscles, really in the upper back muscles, all to hold that up. And so it doesn't take very long before you start seeing these aches and pains and the headache, eye strain, all of those things. The neck pain, especially if this is too low, this is a problem. You want it eye level. You want it to look up. You want to bring that monitor up. That's why laptops are kind of inherently problematic for physical problem.
Right.
And then, of course, now with the phone where you're doing this and all the tablet and everything where everything's down, it's not just the neck. It's all of the muscles. There's a ton of postural muscles that go up and down the spine. And this is putting them all in a stretched position.
Right. So let's shift from the outside. I guess we're talking about the inside, but the inside. One, and you mentioned this. One of the things that you do, and you wrote about it in our March issue, which you can see it online, is something called SpectraCell, which is it's a testing method to determine that you're getting the right nutrients.
So it's an intracellular test. So instead of just testing, I take when you get your blood taken and they give you the results right away, it's to tell you what's circulating in your blood. And you may have a lot of something and you think, okay, well, I don't have a deficiency because I have a lot of it. Well, you might have a deficiency because you don't have the right cofactor to allow it to cross into the cell, over the cell membrane.
Right.
And if that's the case, you have a lot of it because you're not able to use it. Right. And so it gives you this false sense of security that I have it, so I'm fine. The intracellular test is you take the blood, but you're growing the lymphocyte, which is the white blood cell, and it's stored most peripherally away from the heart. It's everywhere, but still, it's grown then in a nutrient-dense medium, and then each different little vial or little, place where they're growing it is they take out that specific nutrient you're testing for and find out how long does the cell live without it. So it gives us an idea of how long is the intracellular store of that nutrient. And so instead of just seeing what's circulating, it's actually, is it inside the cell, which is where you want it, which is where we're using it.
Right.
And so if it's not, it's an extremely severe problem. And with an American diet, we have a lot of deficiencies that are extremely common. Zinc being one of them. Zinc is used in over 200 different enzymatic processes.
Wow.
And so, at first it's just like when you are budgeting your money, you pay the big things first.
Sure.
And the accessory things, okay, well, you're not going to do that. Well, after a while, and you don't do that, but the list gets shorter and shorter of what you actually are doing, well, it gets down to where it's a big problem, and that's wound healing. It's everything. Your hair falls out. It's a lot of stuff. You use it a lot. 200 different things. There's a lot of things, and so it's definitely it's a very common deficiency. Is why I bring that up in the United States.
A multivitamin may or may not be a good solution to deal with those nutrient deficiencies.
It's a good idea. It is a good idea. Think of it as an insurance policy.
Okay.
Yes, eat well, eat a variety of foods so that you can get all the different colors. It's supposed to, that way it has different things. But because we aren't 100% sure of how far our food has traveled, which allows for a reduction in the efficacy of the different nutrients and the nutrient density, and we aren't sure where it came from. We don't know if it, how it was treated along the way, which all of these different processes, everything from washing reduces nutrients to irradiating them to kill bad pathogens. So we have to make our food safer, which we want. You don't want food poisoning, right?
Right.
But it does, some of those processes reduce the amount of nutrients.
Right.
And especially we pick them, a lot earlier and allow them to ripen off the vine. They never had the same nutrients to start with. So just as insurance, the multivitamin is good. The difference is all my multivitamins are not the same. That's what you were talking about. It may be useful or it may not. Probably you need to get one from a really good source. A doctor's office of some kind is going to be your best, hopefully.
Right.
And then, we carry multiple brands. It's not like we just have this one thing.
Sure.
But we did a lot of research to find out, did they have the right cofactors? Were they in the right percentage to each other? Because that's also a big deal. Like, you have it, but it's not enough, and the percentages are off, so then it doesn't quite work. The grocery store is probably not your best place.
Right.
And then there's the 4 top sold ones are the most popular ones you hear about, and they advertise a lot, but they don't rank the highest on the scale. So I'm not going to give you brands, but it's one of those things that where you think it's good because it's got a lot of advertising around it, is they spend a lot more money on the advertising than they maybe spent on what they put in it.
Right.
And things come in different chemical formulas.
Right.
And so, whereas all you have to put on the label is, let's say it's iron, okay? Well, iron comes in ferrous sulfate. It's only about 4% bioavailable. It's also the cheapest, and it's the one that upsets your stomach the most.
Right.
So that's the one you see most often. Well, people don't want to take it because it upsets your stomach. Well, you're not really getting a ton of things out of it anyway. So then you have ferrous citrate, much more highly absorbable and doesn't upset your stomach. But now there's a newer form, ferrous bisglycinate, which also is more absorbable, whereas the ferrous citrate still binds to fiber. So if you have it at the same time you have your fiber, it's going to bind a lot of it. Ferrous bisglycinate doesn't. And so, but the most expensive, formulation.
Right.
So definitely, but it's still, all it has to say on the label is iron.
Right.
So if it doesn't give you which chemical formula it is, you may or may not be absorbing it.
So to sort your way through all of the things that you just talked about and finding the right solution for you, you can do this SpectraCell testing
absolutely.
And then make an appointment
Sure.
with you to talk about all those results that you do. Give us your phone number.
Yeah,
you have to make the appointment for the SpectraCell too.
Absolutely. It is, my phone number is 816-753-4600 or kansascitychiropractic.com. You can find us on Facebook. All kinds of other places.
Sure.
So,
easy to find and all that. Well, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching or listening to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine show. We are coming to you from Kansas City Chiropractic, located at 4510 Bellevue, just west of the plaza. I'm Steve Fish. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. We'll have more of Good Sports after these messages. Come on out to the Kansas City Ice Center and skate on the outdoor pavilion or the indoor ice rink. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes at the Kansas City Ice Center. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information on public skating times, to register for classes, or schedule an upcoming party or group event, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. That's 913-441-3033. These days, we're all so busy, and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, you can get a sports physical for just $25. Mention KC Sports Magazine when you call. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, call 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. Experience a touch of the Ozarks at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence. The course is in fantastic shape. And visit winterstonegolf.com for daily specials and great offers. For tee times, go to winterstonegolf.com or call 816-257-5755. People today use hundreds of sources to find local information online. Have you Googled yourself lately? Bad online comments can irreparably damage you and your business. For a free online strategy review, contact Market Leverage at 816-600-0564. That's 816-600-0564. Your soccer team can play for the Sportingly Summit Cup. Sign up now to participate in this fall tournament that's scheduled from September 30th to October 2nd at Legacy Park. The Sportingly Summit Cup tournament is for boys and girls U8 to U19. Hurry because the registration deadline is August 26th and space is limited. For more information, visit sportingls.org and click on the Tournaments tab. Whatever your sport, maximize your performance at Core Strategies Physical Therapy, Sports Performance, and Medical Fitness Center in Overland Park. The team at Core specializes in rehab and performance training for all ages and activity levels. To learn more about Core's sports-specific programs, visit coreptkc.com or call 913-322-4000.
Welcome back to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish. Today we're here at Kansas City Chiropractic, the offices of a regular guest on our show, Dr. Lynn McIntosh. Kansas City Chiropractic believes in a natural approach to health and wellness that is non-invasive and non-surgical. They provide chiropractic services as well as deep tissue laser therapy, acupuncture, massage, spinal decompression, physical therapy, and more. For more information, contact Dr. McIntosh at 816-753-4600. Visit their website, kansascitychiropractic.com, or stay tuned because she's back with us in this segment of the show. In our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, check out our Heartland Soccer Report presented by Market Leverage. This month we write about Heartland's emphasis on providing quality coaching for young soccer players. And in this issue we honor the U.S. Army Lenexa Recruiting Center as a top performer of the month, plus we feature a future soldier from St. Joseph who ships out later this month. You can pick up your copy of Kansas City Sports and Fitness at over 700 locations, including Core Strategies Physical Therapy, at most golf courses in KC, including Eagles Landing and Winterstone Golf Course, at Z Sports, Kansas City Chiropractic, Mission Bowl, and Olathe, plus you'll always find it at the Kansas City Ice Center. Now coming up, on August 20th, we'll be at Eagles Landing Golf Course in Belton. Eagles Landing is located just 15 minutes from Overland Park at 4200 Bong Avenue. On August 22nd, we'll be at Golf Tech in Overland Park. Golf Tech is located on the southwest corner of 95th and Antioch in Overland Park. On August 24th, we'll be at Core Strategies Physical Therapy, and Core Strategies is located just east of 69 Highway on 103rd Street. And on September 24th, we'll be at Mission Bowl in Olathe, and they're located at 1020 South Weaver off 56 Highway. So we're recording our show today at Kansas City Chiropractic, and we're joined by Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic. Thank you for allowing us to come out here and tape our show.
Thank you for coming.
You bet. Now, Dr. McIntosh writes an article each month in Kansas City Sports and Fitness, and in the current issue that when we're recording this show is April, you write about stress fractures, which you say are one of the 5 most common athletic injuries, but one of the most preventable. What causes a stress fracture?
So it's typically repetitive action.
Right.
So that's why you see it in runners so often. And they don't want to take time off if you're planning for something. So
Right.
pain comes up and then, just keep after it and keep after it. So typically you're going to have pain. It's going to be in the exact same spot, and it's certainly going to be when you put pressure on it. You know, you may have pain kind of all the time, kind of an achy, dull pain, but it is when you put pressure. And it's the same exact spot every time. And you're like, but I can still do everything, so it can't be broken. And it's just, think of it as a crack, as opposed to, instead of a bone that's broken, it's just there's a little crack. Well, it's still broken. It's still not going to be working.
Yeah.
And the fact is, every time you put pressure, it's moving. It's allowing just enough movement to irritate it every single time.
Right.
And so it's not going to heal without stopping the activity.
Right.
And that's where a lot of people just fight through for a long time, and because they don't, like I said, if they're training for an event, they do not want to stop. And it takes just as long to heal as if it broke through. Now, it's a lot easier healing if you don't do that, because typically, sometimes you'll just stop the activity and it'll heal. A lot, especially for a foot stress fracture, which is the most common.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that and
Just
and
one of the bones
legs.
in your feet. You mean?
Yeah, in the foot, or it can be in the leg, which is the lower half of your leg. But most commonly, you're going to get it in the foot. I've seen a lot of, if you have anorexia or an eating reduction of, severe eating reduction, which your runners typically, the less, especially your distance runners, the less weight you have to carry, the easier it is, the faster you'll be, that kind of thing.
But the more brittle the bones, maybe?
The less you eat, too, you are often reducing the nutrients that you need to keep them strong. You're going to need, D, calcium, magnesium, all different kinds of things to add bone density. Mm-hmm. And so even if you get enough calcium, if you don't have enough D, it's not going to be able to go in. So there's just a whole lot of things. But, yes, so when you have such a reduced diet, then without the nutrients, it becomes more problematic. Because I had a male runner that had 16 stress fractures in the sacrum and pelvis. So that's all through the bones. So, I mean, that's some determination to be running through that kind of pain and that multiple. They just assumed that, and that's a very odd place. That's a very odd place to have it, just because of the actual amount of reduction in diet. Of calories and food. And so that's very problematic. But even if you don't have that problem, the stress fracture is repetitive. It happens more in women. Mm-hmm. And again, because especially a couple that starts running together, they're just smaller bones to start with. Right. And so they're going to need 4 weeks of pre-training to get up to the same place that maybe their husband is, just from size of bone, because they found this in female athletes when they started at the academies, at the military academies. They were getting exponentially more stress fractures than men because they were carrying the packs. Once they did 12 weeks for them, because of the amount that they were doing, when they started doing 12 weeks of pre-training, before they did the same as everybody else, the stress fractures went to the same percentage as the men. So male to female. So really, if you start slow and work up, you will reduce because bone reacts to the amount of stress you put on it. So if you start slow, it'll work up. And if you start quickly, then it overstresses it. Right. Okay? So and that's how bone hardens, is the more activity you put on it. That's why weight-bearing exercise. Swimming is great for everything except except bone density. Really? Yeah. Because you float it, the floating aspect. Well, you want to be lighter? You're just not. Yes, you don't have the gravity, and you're just not putting as much stress on the overall bones. It may be on where the tendon attaches for the arm movement, but no place else, because there isn't. And the lighter weight you are, the smaller the person, the less bone density they have. As if you are a heavier person, you are just carrying yourself around, have more tension on the bone itself, and so the bone reacts to that by building more bone. Right. And that's why weight-bearing exercise is so absolutely important. And so it's important for everything, and that is the number one prevention is if you're running, working up slowly, but for everybody else, weight-bearing exercise. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, the astronauts that go into outer space have to constantly work out to keep, I guess, the bone density and the muscles. And they lose a ton. Yeah. So that's very interesting. So, but it takes about as long. It can turn into a break. Actually, and it takes if you about ignore it, it'll break. Yeah. It'll go all the way through. Yeah, and so it is, especially for your runners. A lot of times you'll have to be in a boot or in a shoe at least, and it's much more comfortable. We have this, we see it a lot, and with the shoe, much more comfortable, and so it'll hold you in place, right? Yes, right. So it's not always opening that. If you think of it like it's not the same, obviously, but if you think of it as just a cut in your skin, and it's in one place, it heals. If you just keep opening it up and opening it up, it's not going to heal. And that's just think of, you've got the edge of the bone, and if there's a little crack and you just keep opening it up every time, it's just not going to heal. So rest, or at least immobilizing that so that it has a chance to knit together. And it takes it's a few weeks, and it obviously continues to get stronger. 6 weeks is usually when we feel like it's knitted together well enough. It's not really strong for about 8. And at 12, we're awesome. You know, that's where we're back to everything's great. But you probably won't, at that 6 week point, though, it's knitted and everything's good as long as you don't overstress it so it doesn't re-break. That's what that 6 to 8 week period is, where you feel good, but it's not strong enough yet, is where it is strong as it's going to be at 8 weeks. And so that's where we see people really kind of re-break it at that point, because it's feeling good. I can do what I want. Yeah.
For sure. Well, you can, if you think you're in pain and you think you might have a stress fracture, you can contact Dr. McIntosh. How can people reach you?
It is kansascitychiropractic.com, 816-753-4600. You can find us on Facebook. So we're available to you.
Yeah, absolutely. What are your hours?
We're 9 to 6 Monday through Thursday, and 9 to 1 on Friday.
Okay, excellent. So after work, you guys are available. That's important. Well, that will do it for today's show. My thanks to Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic for hosting and joining us today. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, and check out some of our other shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. So until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find it online at kcsportspaper.com and all over Kansas City, and it's free, so pick it up today.
Thanks for tuning in to Good Sports. Watch more episodes on the Good Sports KC YouTube channel. The Army Reserve has more than 120 unique career opportunities, so you can add to your current strengths or build brand new ones. Join the Army Reserve and you'll make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Learn more at goarmy.com/reserve. For more information, contact the Greater Kansas City Company at 3720 Arrowhead Drive, Suite B. Telephone number 816-531-3818. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong, paid for by the U.S. Army. Arbor Creek Health and Wellness uses rapid recovery therapy to get to the root of your health issue and solve it. RRT is a one-of-a-kind treatment style that's great for runner's hamstring or knee, computer neck syndrome, CrossFit shoulder, and more. And right now, pay just $35 for an RRT treatment, or save $50 and get your first visit and treatment for just $70. Contact Arbor Creek. Contact Golf Tech in Overland Park and set up your golf swing evaluation, lessons, club fitting, and more. Golf Tech is the world leader in golf lessons and can show you how to swing better and play better golf. And call today to find out about Golf Tech's Crush It sale, where you can save up to 20% on lesson plans. For more information, visit golftech.com or contact the Overland Park Golf Tech at 913-642-8881. Sign up now for fall leagues at Mission Bowl in Olathe. Visit their website, missionbowl.com, or call 913-782-0279 for more details. Eagles Landing is the place to play golf in the Southland. For more details, visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com, and for tee times, call 816-318-0004 and make the drive to see why Eagles Landing is the best golf value in KC. Startland News is a digital publication covering the Kansas City startup and entrepreneurial community. The mission for Startland News is to give a voice to startups, as well as city leaders, educators, investors, and corporations who support innovation and entrepreneurship. For more information on Startland News, visit startlandnews.com. Call 913-937-7492 or email news@startlandnews.com. Be a part of revitalizing golf by purchasing your copy of the Golf Hospitality Association Playbook for just $20. The playbook is for golf courses, beginning golfers, marshals, and course staff. For more information on the playbook and membership perks, visit golfhospitality.association.org or call 816-398-4110. Do the Chiefs have what it takes to win the AFC West? In this month's Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine, we make our upcoming predictions for the season. Plus, check out the Market Leverage Heartland Soccer Report, Chloe's Corner, the Startland News Tennis Report, U.S. Army High School Top Performers, the KCI Center Hockey Report, and the Sporting Lee Summit Soccer Report. For 19 years, KC Sports has been the Sports Illustrated of Kansas City. It's available free at over 700 locations, plus online at kcsportspaper.com, so check it out today. Pick up your copy of KC Sports Magazine at any of 700 locations across KC, or find it online at kcsportspaper.com. Check it out today. Looking for a unique way to promote your business? Why not have Good Sports come out and tape our TV show at your business location? Call 913-764-2050 for details.